Hi, it's Leah from the Relax Good Beauty channel, and I'm here to give you an update on my last relaxer touch-up. So if you don't know what I typically talk about in these relaxer touch-up updates, I basically give a brief overview of the salon visit, what the stylist noticed that was good or bad about my hair, what are some things that I might need to work on or that I want to work on in regards to my hair from now until my next relaxer touch-up. So while I typically go 12 weeks between my touch-ups, this time around I went 11. And it was basically because the holidays are coming up. So you'd have a couple of weekends where I wouldn't be able to go. My stylist is also taking some time off for the holidays. So it was either go 1 week less or go 3 weeks later. And I determined that going 3 weeks later would throw the timing off more than it would if I just came or just went 1 week earlier than normal. My stylist really didn't have a problem with that. It didn't seem to really mess up anything at all. We just made sure to really stick strictly to that amount of time that we determined my hair needs to process and make sure we didn't go a little bit over just because there was a little bit of less new growth than I would have if I'd gone 12 weeks, but it wasn't that huge of a difference. Before we get into the actual salon visit, let me give you a brief overview of what I did to prep my hair for the touch-up. So I've been dealing with some hair breakage, which I have not shied away from talking about. I've talked about it a bit on my blog. I've talked about it a bit, I think maybe on Instagram. I know I've talked about it in several videos, and including my last relaxer touch-up recap video. So you can watch that video if you want to know more about the hair breakage and everything that I've been experiencing. So because of that, between my last visit and this visit, I've been really focusing on moisture and protein, really making sure those two are balanced and really working together to make my hair stronger and better. So I decided, because I think, was it the week before or 2 weeks before, I'd done a hard protein treatment. So I think it was 2 weeks prior to my last wash day that happened before my relaxer touch-up, so 3 weeks before my relaxer touch-up, I had done a hard protein treatment. So I decided to follow that up with a lot more moisture to kind of make sure things were continuing to stay balanced. So the wash day before my relaxer touch-up, I really focused on moisture. I did a hot oil treatment. I used a sulfate-free moisturizing shampoo. Now, typically I like to clarify my hair. So because I really wasn't using clarifying or deep cleansing shampoo, I decided to mix a little bit of a sulfate shampoo that is a L'Oreal Total Repair 5 with ceramides shampoo. And so that kind of gave me a little bit of a moisture protein balance going on there in my shampoo. Used that mix, and I did a rinse out conditioner with the Love Beauty and Planet, that's what it's called, Love Beauty and Planet lavender conditioner. I did a green tea hair rinse, and I used the Eden Body Works jojoba deep conditioner and used my hot head microwavable deep conditioning cap to really open up my cuticles and really let that deep conditioner sink in. So I used quite a few products, but I was really focused on moisture, and my hair felt great afterwards. It felt good all week. My scalp felt great. So for the day of the relaxer, before I went, I decided that I was going to do something that I realized I hadn't done really well or hadn't done at all before my last touch-ups, and that was to coat my hair in an oil. Typically, in the past, what I had done is I would take coconut oil, or I would take Vaseline and go layer by layer with my hair and coat my strands with it, and particularly pay attention to my ends. And the reason for that was I wanted to make sure I didn't have any relaxer runoff that would then cause some overlapping and extra processing and over processing of my already relaxed hair. I'd done this in the past quite a bit. It was pretty successful for me. I didn't have issues, and I realized that could be part of the reason I've been seeing some of this breakage is because I haven't been adding that extra layer of protection. So I don't have any coconut oil hanging around. I used all that up months ago, so I decided to use some grapeseed oil, and I went layer by layer with my hair and just layered it on, just making sure that my hair wasn't greasy, but it was nicely coated. I put the oil on my hair probably a couple of hours before I left for my appointment. And when I got there, the stylist went through my hair, making sure it was detangled. I did a great job of making sure my hair was detangled throughout the week, throughout my entire stretch. So that wasn't an issue. She also was doing like a scalp check to make sure there weren't any issues with my scalp. And then she went ahead and based, I don't know. Probably based isn't the right word. But anyway, she put an oil mixture on my scalp to help protect it. And I asked her what she was using because I never asked her before. And I was like, I need to just ask her more questions as she's doing my hair. And she told me that it's actually a mix that she makes herself, which is a mixture of Vaseline, organic coconut oil, and mineral oil. So she applied the mixture to my scalp, going like section by section all the way around. She used an applicator bottle for that. And then she also took a little bit of it, put it in her hands, and then kind of ran her hands through my hair. So even though I'd already put the grapeseed oil in my hair, she put a little bit more oil on my hair that could help protect it from the relaxer runoff. And then she went ahead and applied the relaxer. And I was supposed to get a picture of the relaxer this time. I didn't, but I did look at it, and I can tell you what it is. All right, so I had to look it up, and I'll put hopefully a video or a picture of it up here for you to see. But it is the Affirm Cream Relaxer, and she uses the mild formula for me. This is what it says about the relaxer, and I don't know that I totally buy it. But it says it conditions simultaneously as it relaxes hair. It's got a blend of exotic and cutting edge conditioning ingredients. So some of the benefits are it improves superior straightening, it leaves hair silky smooth, it softens and moisturizes hair, and hair looks healthy, shiny, and radiant. I just don't see a relaxer moisturizing hair, but you know, if they're gonna say it, they can say it. I don't have to believe it, but they're saying it. She sectioned my hair off, did each of the sections, did it in the amount of time that my hair is supposed to process, and then she washed me out. She did the normalizing or neutralizing shampoo. She deep conditioned me and sat me under a hooded dryer for about 15 minutes. Then she blew me out, and she also trimmed my hair a bit, like, because I'm still having issues with breakage, like here at my nape. So as I've said before, I've been dealing with breakage. And so the breakage has been like at my nape area and then the section right above my nape. And we noticed that the section above my nape is doing better and my nape is not. So who knows? I did get a trim, and it's kind of interesting because when she trimmed me, it was kind of like, before she trimmed me, you could see there was sort of like a little inverted U happening with where the breakage was. So it's kind of like these sides were kind of fine, but then the middle section was shorter, so then it was like a little U going on there. So we cut it so that it's more even across the areas and you don't see that U happening. Now my stylist also told me that she's seeing breakage kind of like all around here, like she said, my hairline. And I'm like, oh, that's the last thing that I need. So she's like, the rest of it, the breakage that we were seeing everywhere else seems to be like stopped, but seeing it around there. And she was like, what could be going on? I'm like, I don't know. But one thing we did talk about is that I wear my hair up a lot. So while I try to make sure my styles are loose and I'm not pulling my hair really tight, there might be times where I'm inadvertently doing it and don't realize it. My stylist did say she didn't notice any breakage at the root, which is great. She said my scalp looked like it was in great condition. No issues with my scalp. My hair didn't seem like overly dry, overly moisturized. It seemed really in a good place. So it's really just figuring out what's causing the breakage all around my hairline and making sure that I'm stopping it and not letting it get worse. So what I'm going to be doing going forward is wearing my hair up less. When I am wearing my hair up, making sure that it's not in a really tight style. It's not really pulled tight so that it's causing tension around my hairline and causing issues. I'm going to be doing more scalp massages at night. I had started doing that within the past few weeks. I have been applying castor oil to my scalp. I might buy some more. I just like ran out probably a few days ago. but I also have jojoba oil, which I've kind of been using even before she told me about the scalp breakage. For some reason, I just felt like I needed to do that along my edges. So I started doing that, doing the scalp massages with the jojoba oil. And I'll continue doing that, and then I might bring in the castor oil once I'm able to get another bottle of that. I'm also going to be making sure I am taking care of my moisture protein. I'm going back to doing my hard protein treatments every 6 weeks. I'm also going to be making sure that I'm moisturizing and sealing more often. I had not been doing that as much as I should have, but in the last couple of weeks, I've really been upping that and moisturizing and sealing pretty much almost every other night, and in some cases it'll be like 3 nights in a row or multiple nights in a row. So honestly, a lot of what I'm going to be doing is going back to some of the basics with the techniques and the products that I have been using early in my relaxer journey. Things that I found that worked for me and really helped make my hair thrive, and I think that I sort of fell away from because I think my hair got to a place where, hey, it's all good, I don't need to spend as much time on it or as much effort on it. I think also I just got really busy and I got kind of lazy. I also think that I got into this whole thing where I was trying new products a lot, and that kind of made me step away from things that really worked for me. While I found some new products that worked okay and then others that worked great, I think I stepped away from too many of the products that really had helped my hair thrive over the last few years. All right, so that's it. That is the update that I have for you on my hair, what happened during my relaxer touch-up, and what I'm going to be doing going forward. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at @RelaxGal to see pictures of my hair and products that I'm using on my hair and techniques that I'm using on my hair as I'm taking care of it during this next relaxer stretch. And if you like this video, please make sure you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you know, and make sure to also subscribe to my channel, the Relax Girl Beauty channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.